A strong and deep run to the Women's College World Series twice in the past 3 years, as you mentioned. It's going to be hard to break yourself in, and she's obviously stood out.
Finally got her. First strikeout recorded today by the freshman Salmon. Out west to Abilene. Salmon.
And said, hey, I haven't had that much chance, but I'm going to work my tail off and try to get in this lineup. And sure enough, she found herself in the starting lineup.
Salmon, rinse and repeat. 3 up, 3 down. The freshman in the circle gives Texas a chance to strike first in the.
Has been able to keep her pretty steady so far this season, and she's faced some very good offenses already.
And for the first time today, Ashton Maloney retired on the strikeout. Caden Henry will test the left side. Lucina with the snag across the diamond, 2 away.
More so taking away that outside spot. And that's a good pitch right there. That's tough. That's where you want to live. And I'd have a hard time. And you definitely see Valerie behind.
Here on the 3-2 on any contact, and time called as we had the pitch clock, and that is a walk. The delay on the pitcher, you saw the clock there on your screen.
That's really
so it's an automatic ball. In that case, it was ball 4. Atwood shoots this one out to the wall, and it'll be squeezed in on the warning track by Juliana Martinez. Atwood comes up just short, or pardon me, Katie Stewart just short. We're scoreless at ACU in the future. A big cut from Lucina, down on strikes. Second strikeout for Salmon.
I really like the way Salmon's controlling the zone right now. I feel like she came in.
I'll give way for Chase Mueller. An adjustment in this lineup from earlier, and just off the fingertips of the glove of Caden Henry. Mueller looking for a double. She's got it with 1 out here in the second.
From the get-go, especially early on in the game.
This will get down. Base hit for the local product, Isabel Martinez. And the Wildcats land the opening blow against the number 2 Longhorns. The pinch runner Stone not on the bases for long. She comes home. And Martinez, who's from Lockhart, just past the airport.
Again, first pitch outside. Martinez stays with this, able to lift it into left center. Perfect placement there, and again, showing why you want to put Stone, a speedy runner at second, scores easily.
Isabel Martinez went to Cedar Creek High School. This will hang up their chance to get the lead out. And they'll settle for just the second out of the inning as Martinez, Isabel retired. Julian.
Oh, you get to play year-round, just about everywhere.
Runner going, throw down, will get away. It's Martinez going from first to third. Aggression paying off. Insurance 60 feet away. List of the 8-hole hitter. A 2-out walk, runners on the corners.
Well, and I have to think right away, you've already watched the way.
Growing. Runners on the corners, but goes chasing. Wildcats score the opening run here tonight. They lead Texas 1-0 heading into the home half of the second.
It's getting close again.
3-1 count here to good with a second to spare. Mike White's leadoff batter here in the second inning gets on 2 RBI. Runner is going as Good gets in there feet first. Able to beat the tag from Lucina. And that erases a traditional double play threat. 3-2 count with a runner on, nobody out. Off speed, and she says, why not? That's a fair ball by inches. Rounding third, coming home is Good. It's an RBI base hit by Jolie Mitchell on a fat pitch that was around the eyebrows.
This is a good piece of hitting, and the fact that she gets it up, she sits back and waits. You can see it there. But I really love the base running by Good, because you're sitting at second. You can take a huge lead. And the moment you see her, she didn't even hesitate. She's going the whole way.
With your DP here tonight. Right side, Schaefer. And there is your first out, with Jolie Mitchell advancing over to third. Jolie Mitchell had the RBI single, advanced to second on the throw home, and later advanced to third on the ground out by Simmons. Add another strikeout to the resume of Lena Rousseau against her former teammate. Second runner on third, still Jolie Mitchell, hoping to come home this inning. Lena Russo has Ashton Maloney guessing today. She double dips at the expense of the leadoff hitter for Texas. And the Wildcats heading back to the dugout to grab those NBA games at Moody on Thursday and Friday. But Johnson breaking all kinds of records. See if he can be part of a run in that SEC tournament coming up for Rodney Terry's group. Well, Taylor Bachmeyer here. As Cambria, with her fourth strikeout now in a little over 2 innings of work. She's new battery for Texas here to start the second game. Off the handle, fair ball. That one eats up Mia Scott, still has plenty of arm. Once again, Cambria Salmon sits down the top third of this.
Better. Not that he's pushing her to get better. He just knows there's more in the tank.
Caden Henry looking to do it again, but this time not fast enough, as Abilene Christian is put on the spot, has to execute, and the runners in scoring position both innings here tonight. Nice backhanded stab by Lucina, but it's going to be an infield hit for Mia Scott. So Mia gets to run the bases for a second time. Two aboard. Second walk today for Atwood. This one not as deep as the first one, as both runners have to hold. That'll miss the cutoff, but no damage done. 2 outs. What a snag. That's a fair ball by Lista, and just needs to step on the bag. Miranda Lista helps keep this a tied ball game. It's the Wildcats through 3. Looking at the Florida game. It's Lolly Gutierrez coming on to relieve Mac Morgan. Good. A little double clutch of the ball. Able to make the throw over in plenty of time. So Salmon, the third pitcher we've seen today, back when you moonlighted as a cat catcher.
Yeah.
It's a leadoff walk for Lucina. On the 3-1. This will be the second out. Runner will have to hold. 2 away.
Good job by Salmon.
That will do it. Salmon with another strikeout victim along the way. Her 5th through 4 innings of work, allowing just 1 run. And Russo right now trying to keep the Longhorn bats quiet a little bit longer. Payoff pitch to Mitchell, got her. As she gives him a quality second option. Opposite field, out to Bachmeyer, 2 away.
The other thing I'm noticing, super slow changeup, and then you get underneath it. So again, it's timing, and she's done a great job with that.
Katie Bennett able to get this one under the glove of the shortstop Lucina for a 2-out base hit. Just the 3rd hit today for Texas.
You know, Katie.
It's Caden Henry on deck in a tied ball game. There's that off-speed offering, which gives the runner all the time in the world to get down to second with the stolen base. So Katie Bennett now with 2 outs in scoring position. Maloney back to the pitcher Russo. And Texas will strand another runner in scoring position. They've done so all 4 innings. Still looking for that
compete. I mean, they took right now. They're clearly competing, and have every reason to be going toe to toe with Texas. But the other thing is, if they want to make a postseason,
Taylor Bachmeyer on deck. Back to back, backwards case for Cambria. Fair ball, Salmon fires a strike over to first, strikes out a pair, retires the sign, 3 up, 3 down. Her when Joe was an assistant over in Eugene. I think Lexi was even recruited by Mike White before he came over to Austin. Caden Henry gets to run the bases for the first time this evening. A run home in the 6th inning against USF when Texas finally found their first lead. This over the left side could be trouble off the heel of the glove of Lucina. I've got that down as an infield single. Regardless, it is 2 on with nobody out. Lead of the evening. And this one off the handle may do it. A little hesitation from Henry. They will keep her at third. She was not convinced that ball was going to get down, apparently. We had a decent vantage point. Multiple runs coming home. Bases loaded for K-Stu. Texas strikes here in the 5th. Bases loaded. Bases clearing double from Katie Stewart.
Katie Stewart just adding to that RBI list of hers, just moving on up. Runners are on, and it's like she just gets better. And this is a ball that's hit right back up the middle. So close to shortstop. Again, you wonder if they weren't playing in, would they have been able to have a shot at that line drive? We'll never know, but you love the fact that she was able to get a hold of that one. I think she's been so patient.
This will get far enough away from Ornelas to allow Stewart to head down to third.
It's floating in around 50.
Gravity doesn't lose very often. Towering fly. Martinez in center. This should be deep enough to bring home Stewart. Texas has scored 4 here in the 5th, and finally the first out rears its head. It's a sacrifice fly from Leanne Good. From Katie Stewart, who has since come home on the sac fly from Good. Mitchell. That will die down in front of Isabel Martinez. Second hit this game for Jolie Mitchell. Simmons puts a charge into this one off the top of the wall. As far as you can hit the ball without getting to trot around the base pass. A stand-up double for Katie.
Texas and those 10-foot fences. Not every school has to have those 10-foot fences, and that one just barely misses leaving the yard. This ball up in the zone and puts a charge into that one. We'll say she got all of that one.
I mean, even in maybe a year after the sun has beaten down on that padding and it's a little less plump, the single last inning. Right side, fair ball. Played the plate. They did not get the out at home. Boy, that was close. Abilene Christian almost able to get out.
Oh, that's a good angle. Ooh, I feel like actually the other angle, you see it. This is tough.
We're just showing off all the angles.
Wow.
It'd be hard to imagine this gets overturned. Players' hard work is going to pay off eventually. It may not pay off as quickly as you're hoping, and they do stay with the safe call at home. But at some point, things are going. Punched out towards right. It hangs up long enough for Bachmeyer to squeeze it in. But not before Texas plates 5 to take a 6-1 lead. Scott. Well, she's already at the pitcher's rubber by the time she's releasing that one. Athletes from Plano West become Longhorns. Different sports. Schaefer out towards right, carries to the warning track. Wallace was ready. Boy, they always find you, don't they, when you're a defensive sub?
Always.
She was 0 for 3 against New Mexico State. 0 for 3 against Texas. A 1-2-3 inning response from Cambria Salmon with a 5-run lead. Texas looking
to keep the hitters off balance a little bit.
Sounds like you're accusing coaches of spinning it. Leadoff walk again for Caden Henry. Runner going down to second. After the swing and the miss from Wallace, a stolen base for Henry. She's 11 for 11 this year. And Henry will catch him sleeping with the delayed steal. Left side, that'll freeze Henry. It's out of the glove of Schaefer. Boy, they should have had Wallace. Instead, you've got 2 on, nobody out. Wallace, and here's Reese Atwood. 2 walks and a single today. And they'll only be able to, well, they almost still got the second, but Caden Henry does come home. That was closer than thought it would be at first. 1 away. Runner on first with a 6-run lead. In theory, could win it with a single swing of the bat here. It's not going to happen. She'll take the walk.
Heads and Shore do that, but I think extra ball a couple times tonight could have been called.
Both the runners are going to take 60 feet. I don't expect you have an answer, but Valerie Ornelas, the catcher, started tonight with a red. Open in the 5th with 5, added 1 more in the 6th. And it is a pinch hit walk for Rachel Wells. Bases are loaded for Texas. Again, your game clinching run will have a rematch against South Florida and then their first ever meeting with Alabama A&M. This has a chance with coming in. Bachmeyer lays out. That's going to be your ball game. A run rule victory for Texas as Atwood and Stewart crossed home plate. And that's all she wrote here on the 40 acres.
Good for Brister to be able to get up there, get her pinch hit at bat, and be able to battle and find a way to not only just get that ball in there and hit it in the perfect place, but she's able to get those 2 runs across.
Texas pushed to the limit this evening by South Florida and Abilene Christian. The final scoreline won't reflect that as Texas proves too much as the #2 team in the country late in each of these ball games.
Yeah, good on Texas to be able to finally figure out Lena Russo, as before that 5th inning, only 3 hits on the board, and all of a sudden they're able to string together 8 runs in the 5th and 6th.
So again, a big thanks to our SEC Network Plus crew here in Austin. What an eventful day. 4 fantastic ball games, but Texas unblemished